Now we are going to visit the Mother Teresa house, and then we are going to get some information about her life, about her mission. It's very close to main square.
This museum was built in 2009 on the foundations of the old Catholic Church where Mother Teresa was baptized. The church was destroyed in the earthquake in 1963, and because the place still belongs to Catholic Church, that's why the museum is here. A little slow. Okay, and that's why here is the museum now, and that's why on the second floor we have small Catholic chapel. And when the Pope Francis visits Skopje, he dedicated the chapel to be sanctuarium of Mother Teresa. So the place have big significance in the life of Mother Teresa. Sorry. She was born 26th of August 1910. Her born name was Gonja Agnes Boyagiu. She was the youngest. This is Gonja. She had older brother and older sister. That's her mother and her father. The hat that her father is wearing, it's Turkish fez, but that points us that they were a wealthy family, because in Ottoman Empire only rich Christians were allowed to wear fez. Also, if we see the model of their house, we came to same conclusion that this house belonged to wealthy family. Because many people think that Mother Teresa was poor and that's why she wanted to help poor people. No, she came from a wealthy family.
Can I translate a little translation? By the way, she's Albanian, right?
Yes, of course.
So she was born where?
Here in Skopje.
In Skopje.
Yes, her father was probably a trader, a merchant. He sold the property in Kosovo and they moved here because in that time Skopje was like a trading center.
And this was her house?
This was, yes, on the square.
On which square?
On the main square.
Where?
There is a plaque. If you go from the fountain to the arch, somewhere between you will see a plaque on this.
Okay. Where there is a tree?
Yes, 3 pine trees, yes. One
We just came from that place, on the restaurant.
These are photos from her childhood and youth that she spent here in Skopje. And on this photo, you can see the old Catholic Church Sacred Heart of Jesus that was placed right here. This street is actually the street in front of museum. Also, when she was 12, she received her first vocation, first call from God while she was praying in this church. So since then, she knew that she will become nun. She will dedicate her life to God. But she had to wait to turn 18. Immediately when she turned 18, she became Catholic nun in Order Loreto. They were from Dublin, from Ireland, but they had Catholic schools in India and in Africa. They chose her to go on a mission in India. 2 days before she left Skopje, she made this photo. So this is her last photo as Gonje. Because when she became nun, she changed her name. She made the photo as a memory to her mother and her sister, and she never saw them again in her life. When she became nun, she took the name Teresa after a French saint from 19th century, after Saint Teresa from Lisieux. So Gonja chose this saint to be her patron, her protector, and that's why she took her name. As Sister Teresa, she started to work as a teacher in India, and these are photos from that time. She was teaching rich Indian girls. Later, she became a principal of the school, so she had comfortable position. But in 1946, she received another vocation from God. This time, God told her, "I'm thirsty." In the beginning, she was confused, but then she realized that God and all those dying people on Indian streets were thirsty for love. So that's why she always said that the biggest poverty is to be unloved. In 1950, with official permission from Vatican, Mother Teresa formed her own Catholic congregation, Missionaries of Charity. You will recognize them because they are not dressed like typical nuns in habit, but she decided to wear Indian sari. There are 2 reasons for wearing sari. First, I think that she was very clever to know that if she go dressed in habit in India, it will be first too hard, too hot. She won't be accepted that much. But also she explained that when she received the second vocation, God told her, when you do the mission, I want you to be dressed simple like my mother. So that's why this outfit, it's a very clever combination of Indian sari and this Asian Jerusalem clothes. And that's why she chose this sari to be uniform for missionaries of charity. When she started with her missionary work, she started with one sister. Now there are more than 5,000 sisters from missionaries of charity all around the world. These are photos from some of the shelters that she opened. This one is the first that she opened for dying persons. For mentally diseased children, it's Shishubalan, and she made to open a whole village for the lepers. So the lepers are making saris for the missionaries of charity and other saris that they sell, and that's how the village survived. One of her bravest moves was probably rescuing 37 children from the mentally diseased hospital in Lebanon. When the bombarding was happening, no one wanted to save the children. The answer was they are mentally diseased, they don't know what's going on there. And but she went on her own and saved 37 children from that hospital. Here you can see some of her documents, letters that she wrote. All the documents are in English because that's the official language for missionaries of charity. Here we have her final vow paper that she named it I Thirst, as I explained earlier. Because people were thirsty for love. She received more than 700 prizes and awards. But probably the most important, the prize that makes her very famous, is Nobel Peace Prize. She received it in 1979. She never forget her hometown. She came here 4 times. Last time she was here in 1986, and since then Missionaries of Charity officially works in Macedonia. These are photos from her visits here in Skopje. She died 5th of September 1997. Her grave is in India in Calcutta, and she received state funeral. This photo is from her funeral, and they say that only Gandhi and Mother Teresa were buried like that, and that shows us how respected she was there. The process for beatification and canonization was started by the Pope John Paul II because he was the one who wanted to see her as a saint. Vatican usually starts the process 5 years after someone dies, but for her a little bit faster, only 2 years passed when the process was started. In 2003, first miracle was accepted by Vatican, and Mother Teresa was declared as Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. That's the first step. 2016, the whole process finished, second miracle was accepted, and she was announced for Saint Teresa of Calcutta. That's her official title, and those are photos from her canonization.
So to be announced as a saint, you say you should...
Vatican requires 2 miracles to happen post-mortem.
After the man or woman died, this process starts,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Not before that.
Not before. No.
Okay, I see.
After they
For
died,
everybody,
and
I'm not
5
asking.
years after they died. But
Okay,
for
I
Mother
see.
Teresa, only 2 years passed. Shortly, that's the story. If you have questions, I'm here.
Okay,
You can take photos if you like.
okay, thank you.
Може да го посакате.
Група по група или како?
Па може и си да знаеш. Upstairs is Catholic chapel. If you like, we can go.
The chapel is the small church?
Small
or...
church.
Yes, right?
So
Small
you
church.
decide. If you like,
Okay,
we can
okay,
go.
I see.
Yes?
I see. I just wondered the meaning. How was old she when she died?
87.
Now we are at the city center of Skopje, and this is a stone bridge. It was built by an Ottoman emperor, the Sultan Murad II, and it was built at 15th century. Of course, after it was built, it's reconstructed many times. This is Vardar River, by the way. It divides Skopje to two parts, and also there are many bridges, modern bridges on this river. Nowadays, this bridge, stone bridge, is forbidden for the cars, of course. At the both side of the bridge you can see two huge statues. The first one on the right is Alexander the Great statue, and the other one on the left belongs to his father, Philip II. Now we are at the Skopje National Gallery. Where are we now? As you can see, this is the statue of the second Philip, and this is the castle, and it's just here in the city center, National Gallery. So the building, as you can see, isn't a modern thing. It was a Turkish bath, and nowadays it is National Gallery. Now we are going to see what's happening inside. This is the main door entrance.
This is the National Gallery. It is created in an old canal, like you see. It's one of our best exhibiting cities here in Macedonia. The National Gallery this year celebrated 70 years of existence. We have two hamams, the Dalton and the Chipta Hamam. The two buildings are for exhibition. Also we have another space which is situated in the center of the city. Here usually we use this space for the permanent collection. So you can see on the net that in the Dalton we have the permanent collection is from the Macedonian artists who are part of our country. And like I say, we are very happy that here in an old Ottoman building from the 15th century, an amount that it used to be, like it says, Davut Pasha for both male and female. It's built by Davut Pasha in the 15th century. And now, in this moment, we have an exhibition ongoing. It's from an academician here in Macedonia, Vasko Tashkovsky, a very renowned painter who works in the theme of the surrealism.
So all the paintings are from one?
Yes, from one art. Because we have a retrospective exhibition.
Okay.
With the exhibition, we also have educational part, and we work with children from the school, also with children with special needs, like autistic children or other disabilities. We have a lot of projects with children who don't hear, who don't see, with tactile projects, with other to to feel them that it's not only a place for it's a place for everybody.
Oh.
It haven't never worked as a hammam, the building. There are two legends why it was in function of hammam. One is that the daughter of Daud Pasha was bite from the snake, and he don't want it to hammam to get in function. And the other legend is because it needed too much wood to warm the water, and they cut all around the woods, and the hammam never worked it was as a storage.
Really?
Yeah.
Nasıl
There was
gerekiyordu?
two hammam. The other one shifted, was in function, but this one was never
okay.
in function as a
Okay,
hammam.
okay.
It has 15 cupolas, and also in Skopje there was 15 hammams. For the moment we have just 2 hammams. For this moment, also it has 15 areas. Some areas was the name halvet. Halvet, it means personal halvet.
Okay.
VIP personal halvet, VIP for the VIP personality, and also the other areas for cleaning, massage, women, females, and males. So the one door is from there that you get here, and the other one is from males and females. About the author that we have today, Tashkovsky, he's 84 years old. He's alive still. He's one of the most famous Macedonian artists. He was graphic. He started with a graphic, but also he painted, as you see here, aquarelle, drawings, and oil on canvas.
She wants to take a photo with the director.
Okay, of course.
The director, they have it here.
Ideas. He saved all the work that he did during his life. Okay.
Now we are in front of Kapan Han, You know, in old times it was a kind of hotel. The guests comes here with their animals, horses maybe, and then they stay one night. But nowadays it has been used by the assembly of the Organization for the Protection of Muslim Rights, as you can see. And most of the rooms, most of the places are closed these days. There is a restaurant here. There is a bookseller there. Although you can walk inside, there is no open places, as you can see. Ve 4 euro karşılığında şu anda botumuza bindik. Kanyon boyunca ilerleyeceğiz.